The United States of America $1 coin dated 1776 to 1976 is a special bicentennial issue created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, marking 2 centuries of American nationhood. And it stands as one of the most recognizable commemorative circulating coins in U.S. history because it was produced in very large numbers and intentionally placed into everyday use rather than limited only to collectors. Authorized by Congress in 1973 and released beginning in 1975 through 1976, the coin features a dual date, 1776 to 1976, instead of a single year, symbolizing the historical bridge between the founding of the nation and its bicentennial celebration, while retaining the denomination of $1 and the legal tender status of all U.S. currency. The obverse front of the coin continues the long-standing Eisenhower dollar design by chief engraver Frank Sparrow, showing a left-facing portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, honoring both his role as a 5-star general during World War II and as the 34th President of the United States, with the inscriptions Liberty across the top, In God We Trust, to the left of Eisenhower's neck, and the dual date 1776 to 1976 along the bottom, all of which emphasize traditional American values, national faith, and historical continuity. The reverse, back, of the bicentennial dollar is entirely unique and distinguishes it from all other Eisenhower dollars, featuring a bold and symbolic design by artist Dennis R. Williams, who was a 22-year-old art student when his design was selected through a nationwide competition, and it depicts the Liberty Bell superimposed against the moon, a powerful image linking America's revolutionary past with its modern achievements, especially the Apollo lunar landings of the late 1960s and early 1970s, with the cracked Liberty Bell representing freedom, independence, and the birth of the nation, while the moon symbolizes scientific progress, exploration, and America's role as a global leader in space. Surrounding this image are the inscriptions, United States of America along the top, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, to the right, and $1 along the bottom, reinforcing the ideas of unity, shared identity, and national purpose. The bicentennial dollar was minted at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Nomet Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with the Philadelphia and Denver coins struck primarily in copper-nickel-clad composition intended for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced special collector versions in 40% silver, available in both uncirculated and proof finishes, packaged specifically for collectors rather than everyday commerce. Despite its historical significance, the bicentennial dollar never achieved widespread circulation comparable to smaller denominations because of its large size and weight, similar to the earlier Eisenhower dollars, and many examples were saved as souvenirs of the bicentennial era, which means most surviving coins today show relatively light wear. Culturally, the coin reflects the patriotic spirit of the mid-1970s, a time when the United States sought unity and reflection after periods of social upheaval, the Vietnam War, and political scandal, making the bicentennial coinage program, including the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar, an effort to rekindle national pride through shared symbols and history. Today, the 1776 to 1976 $1 coin remains an important educational artifact frequently found in libraries, museums, classrooms, and private collections, serving as a tangible reminder of American ideals such as liberty, unity, faith, and progress. And while most circulated examples have modest monetary value, their historical, artistic, and symbolic importance continues to make them meaningful pieces of America's numismatic and cultural heritage. The next top. The United States of America $1 1776 to 1976 D coin is commonly known as the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar, a special commemorative coin issued to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence, marking the period from 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was adopted, to 1976, the nation's bicentennial year. Unlike regular U.S. coins that show a single year, this coin uniquely bears the dual date, 1776 to 1976, symbolizing 2 centuries of American history and unity. The coin was produced during 1975 and 1976, since no U.S. coins carry the date 1975, and the D Mint mark indicates that this specific coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities responsible for circulating coinage. On the obverse front of the coin appears a large left-facing portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a celebrated World War II general, whose image had been used on the dollar coin since 1971. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the dual date 1776 to 1976 below, reinforcing the patriotic and historical themes of the bicentennial celebration. The reverse back of the bicentennial dollar features a special design created by Dennis R. Williams, selected through a national design competition, showing the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, a powerful and symbolic image that connects America's founding ideals of freedom with its modern achievements in space exploration, especially following the Apollo moon landings. Above this design is the inscription, United States of America, while the denomination $1 appears at the bottom, and the traditional Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, is placed to the right of the bell, emphasizing national unity formed from diverse states and people. The edge of the coin is reeded, like most U.S. dollar coins, and the standard Denver-minted bicentennial Eisenhower dollars were struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel alloy, giving the coin a silvery appearance while remaining durable for circulation. Although millions of these coins were produced and they are not considered rare, they remain highly popular among collectors and history enthusiasts because they represent a unique moment in U.S. coinage when the nation paused to commemorate its 200-year journey, blending symbols of liberty, faith, unity, leadership, and technological progress into a single coin. As a result, the 1776 to 1976 D. Eisenhower dollar stands not just as currency, but as a compact historical artifact reflecting American identity, values, and pride during a milestone anniversary. The next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 1979 with mint mark E, which actually refers to the edge lettering position rather than a mint, since U.S. dollar coins are struck at Philadelphia P, Denver D, or San Francisco S, is most commonly known as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, a coin introduced to replace the paper $1 bill and to honor Susan B. Anthony, 1820 to 1906, a leading figure in the American women's suffrage movement. The coin measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, weighs 8.1 grams, and is composed of a copper core clad in manganese brass, giving it a golden appearance that was intended to distinguish it from the quarter, but ultimately proved too similar in size and color, leading to public confusion. The obverse front features a right-facing portrait of Susan B. Anthony designed by Frank Gasparo, with the inscriptions Liberty along the upper rim, In God We Trust, to the left of the portrait, and the year 1979 at the bottom, while the reverse back displays an adaptation of the Apollo 11 mission insignia, showing an eagle descending toward the lunar surface while holding an olive branch, symbolizing peaceful exploration, with the Earth visible above the moon in the distance. Surrounding this design are the inscriptions United States of America along the top and E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, reflecting the union of the states. Above the eagle, with $1 at the bottom, the edge of the coin is reeded, unlike earlier silver dollars, which often had smooth edges, and on many 1979 issues the position of the date relative to the edge reeds led collectors to describe variations such as wide rim and narrow rim, sometimes mistakenly referred to as E-types. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was struck in very large numbers, over 360 million coins across all mints, making most examples common and generally worth face value unless in uncirculated or proof condition, with the 1979 P wide rim near date variety being more desirable to collectors due to its scarcer production. Historically, the coin represents an important moment in U.S. currency design, as it was the first circulating U.S. coin to depict a real woman rather than an allegorical figure. Yet despite its symbolic significance, it was unpopular in everyday commerce and production was halted after 1981, briefly resumed in 1999, making the 1979 issue a key introductory year that reflects both the ambitions and challenges of modern U.S. coinage, blending national mottos like "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum" with space-age imagery and social progress themes in a compact, practical form intended to modernize American money. The next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 1999 with a P. Mint mark refers to the 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar, a circulating U.S. coin produced by the Philadelphia Mint, and it represents an important moment in modern American coinage history because it was revived after an 18-year hiatus to meet practical needs. This coin is made of a copper core clad with manganese brass, giving it a golden color, even though it contains no real gold, and it weighs 8.1 grams with a diameter of 26.5 millimeters and an 11-sided, hexagonal inner border, which was designed to help distinguish it from the quarter dollar by touch. On the obverse front of the coin is a right-facing portrait of Susan B. Anthony, a prominent American civil rights leader best known for her work in the women's suffrage movement. This design was created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, and surrounding her image are the inscriptions Liberty, often mistaken as library due to wear or font style, In God We Trust, and the year 1999 with a P. Mint mark located to the left of her portrait, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse back of the coin features a powerful heraldic image of a bald eagle landing on the moon while clutching an olive branch, symbolizing peace, with the Earth visible in the background. This design was originally adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia and includes the inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, a Latin phrase meaning, out of many one, reflecting the unity of the states, and $1. The 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced primarily because of a shortage of dollar coins for use in vending machines, transit systems, and postal services, especially as the Sacagawea dollar was not yet ready for release, and as a result, over 29 million coins were minted in Philadelphia that year. Although the coin was never very popular in everyday circulation due to its similarity in size and color to the quarter, the 1999 issue is historically significant because it marks the final year of Susan B. Anthony dollar production, making it more notable to collectors than earlier common dates, especially when found in uncirculated condition. Today, while most circulated examples are worth face value, well-preserved or uncirculated 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars can carry a modest premium, and they remain an educational and symbolic artifact representing American values such as liberty, unity, civic contribution, and the evolving role of women in U.S. history. The next top. The United States of America $1 coin dated 2001 with a P. Mint mark represents an important chapter in modern U.S. coinage and reflects the nation's history, values, and artistic traditions through its design and inscriptions such as, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum. This coin is part of the Sacagawea dollar series, which was first introduced in the year 2000 to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar and to encourage wider public use of dollar coins in everyday transactions. The P. Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically significant mints in the United States, established in 1792. Although the coin has a golden color, it does not contain gold. Instead, it is made from a manganese brass, clad composition, chosen to give it a distinctive appearance that would help differentiate it from the quarter and other circulating coins. On the obverse, or front, of the coin is a portrait of Sacagawea, a Shoshone woman who played a crucial role as an interpreter and guide for the Lewis and Clark expedition from 1804 to 1806. She is depicted carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, symbolizing guidance, motherhood, and the contributions of Native Americans to the nation's early exploration and development. The design was created by sculptor Glenna Goodacker, and it was notable for being one of the few U.S. circulating coins to feature a real Native American woman rather than an allegorical figure. The inscription Liberty appears prominently on the obverse, representing one of the core principles upon which the United States was founded, while In God We Trust the national motto, reflects the historical belief in faith and moral guidance that has appeared on U.S. coins since the 19th century. The reverse, or back, of the 2001 $1 coin features a bold image of a soaring bald eagle surrounded by 17 stars, symbolizing the states of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, clearly identifying the issuing nation, and below it is the denomination $1, affirming the coin's value. Also present is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, which expresses the idea that the United States is a single nation formed from many states, peoples, and cultures. This phrase has been used on U.S. coins since the late 1700s and serves as a reminder of unity and shared identity. Although millions of 2001 P. Sacagawea dollars were minted, they were not widely used in daily commerce, as many Americans continued to prefer paper dollar bills, leading these coins to be stored in vaults or collected by numismatists. Today, the 2001 P. $1 coin is commonly found in collections, libraries, and educational displays, where it is used to teach students about American history, symbolism, government, and economics. While it generally holds modest monetary value unless in exceptionally high condition, its historical and educational significance is substantial, as it represents an effort to honor Native American contributions, modernize U.S. coinage, and promote national ideals such as liberty, unity, and trust the next top. The United States of America $1 bill is one of the most recognizable pieces of currency in the world, rich in historical, political, artistic, and symbolic meaning, and it reflects the foundational ideas and values of the nation. The front, obverse, of the $1 bill features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, chosen not only for his leadership during the American Revolutionary War but also for his role in setting democratic precedents, such as peacefully transferring power and refusing monarchy. Washington's image has appeared on the $1 bill since 1869, reinforcing his status as a unifying national figure. Surrounding the portrait are inscriptions including the United States of America and $1, clearly identifying the issuing authority and value of the note. The phrase, "In God We Trust," the official national motto of the United States, appears on the $1 bill and reflects a historical belief in divine guidance and moral responsibility. Even though the U.S. government is constitutionally secular, the motto was first placed on U.S. coins during the Civil War era and became mandatory on all currency in the 1950s during the Cold War, a time when the U.S. emphasized spiritual values in contrast to atheistic communism. The back, reverse, of the $1 bill is especially symbolic and complex, featuring the Great Seal of the United States, which is divided into two sides. On the left side of the reverse is an unfinished pyramid with 13 steps, representing strength, endurance, and the ongoing growth of the nation. The number 13 appears repeatedly to symbolize the original 13 colonies. Above the pyramid is the Eye of Providence, often interpreted as a symbol of divine oversight, suggesting that the nation's progress is watched over and guided by a higher power. Below the pyramid is the Latin phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, meaning New Order of the Ages, signifying the beginning of a new era in human governance following independence from monarchy. On the right side of the reverse is the bald eagle, the national bird of the United States, chosen for its strength, independence, and long life. The eagle holds an olive branch with 13 leaves in its right talon, symbolizing peace, and a bundle of 13 arrows in its left talon, symbolizing readiness for defense, conveying the message that the nation prefers peace, but is prepared to protect itself. In the eagle's beak is a banner with the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, which reflects the idea that a single nation was formed from many colonies, states, cultures, and peoples, and this phrase emphasizes unity, cooperation, and shared identity despite diversity. Above the eagle's head is a constellation of 13 stars arranged in a radiant pattern, again representing the original colonies coming together as one unified nation. The design of the $1 bill has remained largely unchanged since 1935, making it a powerful symbol of continuity and stability. Beyond its artistic and symbolic elements, The $1 bill also represents the everyday economy of the United States, used widely in daily transactions and recognized internationally as a symbol of American commerce and influence. Security features, while simpler than higher denomination bills, include detailed engraving, distinctive paper made from a cotton linen blend, and intricate line work that helps deter counterfeiting. Overall, the United States $1 bill is far more than just money. It is a compact historical document that carries messages about national identity, unity, faith, power, peace, and the ongoing experiment of democracy, making it a small but meaningful representation of American ideals and history.